Hey everyone, welcome back to History's Mysteries, where the past is never quite what it seems. Today, we're diving into a UFO story that predates the Roswell incident, includes shadowy government agents, an alleged cover-up, and one of the very first sightings of the infamous Men in Black. This is the strange, shadowy, and mostly forgotten tale of the Maury Island UFO Incident. What if I told you the Roswell crash wasn't the beginning of America's UFO obsession, but just part two? And that a mysterious event involving a falling craft, a deadly plane crash, and government agents all took place just weeks before in the Pacific Northwest? Let's get into it. It was June 21st, 1947. Just outside of Tacoma, Washington, near the waters of Puget Sound. Harold Dahl, a harbor patrolman, was out on his boat near Maury Island, along with his son, his dog, and two crewmen. According to Dahl, 6 flying donut-shaped objects appeared in the sky above the boat, completely silent, hovering in formation. One of them appeared to be in trouble, wobbling erratically. Then, without warning, it burst, spewing what Dahl described as molten metal, or a white, lava-like substance that rained down onto the boat. His dog was allegedly killed, his son was injured, and the boat was partially damaged. Dahl took photographs and collected samples of the material. Then he went home, deeply shaken. The next day, according to Dahl, a man in a black suit approached him and warned him not to talk about what he saw. That's right. This is considered one of the first ever recorded appearances of a man in black. Here's where the story gets even more connected. Just 3 days later, Kenneth Arnold, a private pilot, would report seeing 9 UFOs flying over Mount Rainier, describing their movement as like a saucer skipping across water. That's where the term flying saucer was born. Arnold became a national sensation, and soon Harold Dahl's account got looped into the growing media frenzy. Arnold was even contacted by an intelligence officer named Lieutenant Frank Brown and an Air Force captain named William Davidson, both of whom were investigating the sudden surge in UFO reports. Dahl gave Arnold the metal fragments and photographs he claimed came from the Maury Island encounter. Arnold passed the materials to the officers, and that's when everything got darker. On August 1st, 1947, just weeks after the Maury Island sighting, Lieutenant Brown and Captain Davidson boarded a B-25 bomber out of Tacoma to return to California, carrying with them evidence from the incident. But the plane crashed shortly after takeoff. Both men were killed, and reportedly, the recovered UFO debris was destroyed in the fire. Sound suspicious? You're not the only one. Some claimed the crash was an accident. Others, including conspiracy theorists and even some journalists, suspected sabotage or foul play. Witnesses said the plane was engulfed in flames before it hit the ground, and there were unconfirmed reports of mysterious figures retrieving items from the wreckage. Shortly afterward, Harold Dahl publicly recanted his story, saying it was a hoax. But was he pressured? His initial report was detailed and emotional. The injuries, the dead dog, the damage to the boat, the photos and samples, it all sounded very real. And then there was the visit from the man in black. After that, Dahl claimed he just wanted to be left alone. Some believe he was intimidated into silence. Others point out inconsistencies and suggest he made the whole thing up for attention. But if it was a hoax, why would 2 Air Force officers die transporting fake debris? Why did intelligence agents take it seriously enough to fly in and investigate personally? And why did Kenneth Arnold, a man respected and known for his integrity, say he believed Dahl was telling the truth. The Maury Island case is also notable because it was one of the first times anyone reported being confronted by a man in a black suit who knew intimate details of the witness's life, showed up unannounced, and gave veiled threats. This man in black told Dahl that he knew everything and that if he cared about his family's safety, he should keep quiet. This type of visit would become a hallmark of UFO sightings for decades to come. The men in black lore, mysterious, expressionless, oddly behaved individuals who seem to show up after alien encounters, arguably begins here. Long before the movies, long before the memes, it was a real and deeply unsettling encounter. Maury Island often gets overshadowed by Roswell, which happened just 2 weeks later. But some UFO historians believe the real beginning of modern UFO culture is right here, in this strange maritime incident that left behind wreckage, dead men, and a trail of unanswered questions. This story combines everything we love about historical mysteries: government secrecy, shadowy figures, suspicious deaths, and a whistleblower silenced. Plus, it's got that incredible Pacific Northwest noir vibe. Foggy coastlines, eerie forests, strange lights in the sky. In recent years, skeptics and believers alike have revisited the Maury Island story. Some researchers claim that Dahl and his boss, Fred Krisman, were involved in fringe groups or possibly intelligence operations. Krisman would even later be named in connection with the JFK assassination conspiracy theories. Others believe the entire Maury Island case was part of a disinformation campaign, a deliberate attempt to confuse and discredit early UFO reports. Was Dahl used as a pawn? Were Brown and Davidson carrying something they weren't supposed to see? Or was it all just an unfortunate accident wrapped in post-war paranoia? We may never know. So what do you think? Was the Maury Island UFO incident a misunderstood encounter with something otherworldly? A government cover-up gone wrong? Or just a strange coincidence in a world already on edge from Cold War fears and cosmic curiosity? Whatever the truth is, it happened, and it set the stage for decades of UFO lore, government secrecy, and public fascination. Thanks for watching History's Mysteries. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss another tale of conspiracy, cover-ups, and the strange shadows of history. Until next time, stay curious.